around a year ago, I was sitting in class with a friend of mine and we were receiving our tests. And then as the teacher gave us our test, I got less grade than him. He got like 18 out of 20 and I got like 17 out of 20. But then I said to him, like, it's just a normal test. It's not like it's the main exam or anything like this. He was a bit shocked, and so he asked me, how are you always able to look to the positive side of things? And so at that time, I hadn't really thought about this, and so I just said to him, well, I'm just a happy and a hopeful person. But then after thinking about it, I thought to myself that, bro, the current condition of the Ummah is nothing to be hopeful at. Like, wherever you look, there is sadness and there is hopelessness. Wherever you look, we are being beaten in every single area of life. But if you want to do something in your life, like, you must not be first depressed, like that's step zero. But there is so much hopelessness out there. And I think that, bro, during this time, it is even more important to be hopeful. Like, you must be the guy that people come to when they feel low on energy. You must be the guy who is known to always be hopeful and always be energetic no matter how bad things get. And so, how do you get that hopeful? Because the current conditions are not that kind. They don't give us that much amount of hope. And so, you become that person by not depending on whatever the current conditions are, but by depending on Allah and viewing Him as your strongest ally. It's like, no matter how bad things get, He is untouchable, He is unbreakable, He is the strongest. And so, if you take your strength from the strongest, you will also become the strongest. Like, if you take your strength from Allah and you're not dependent on others, like you're not dependent on the conditions or whatever is going on, you will become an unbreakable person. Like, this is what I have written here, that it is impossible to break a person who takes his strength from Allah, because Allah is unbreakable. And so to become that person, what you need to do is you need to start reading Quran with translation, like especially the hopeful surahs and all of that stuff, like Surah Baqarah, Surah Al-Nashrah, and like the surahs in which Allah tells the Muslims that no matter what happens, no matter how bad things get, I am always with you. Like, start reading those surahs with translation, and then also start reciting those surahs in your prayer as well, and then also learn the meaning of your prayer as well. Like, if you don't want to learn the meaning of the entire prayer, like you think that you don't have time or anything like that, just learn the meaning of Surah Fatiha. Shaitan moaned like 4 times in history, and one of those was when Surah Fatiha was revealed. This shows us that how powerful this surah actually is. And then start watching Islamic content, like start watching people who make Islamic podcasts and like full-length Islamic videos. Like, the person who makes Islamic content, and like when you watch him, you feel a lot energetic and you feel like you can conquer the entire world. Start watching those people a lot more, because they will tell you how to be more hopeful and how to be more energetic. Even during the most difficult times of your life, they will teach you how to become that kind of person. And then a few du'as that will help you a lot are Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakeel, La tahzan inna Allah ma'ana, Ala inna nasrallahi qareeb. Like, you know that during the first months, like during the dark months of my YouTube channel, I didn't see any success at all. And so these were the 3 sentences that got me through those dark times, because I knew that no matter what happens, Allah is always with me. Do not worry a lot, because Allah is with you no matter what happens. And then when you start implementing these things in your life, when you like start reading Quran with translation, when you like start like reading Surah Fatiha with like the translation in your mind and all of this stuff, you will start to become a bannerman of these things. Like, after 3-4 months, you will start to become the person who is known to be the hopeful and energetic type of person, and who always looks to the positive side of things. Like, you will automatically become that person if you start implementing these things on yourself. Because as they say, be the change you want to see in the world. And so if you want the world to be hopeful, and if you want the Muslims to be hopeful, be the hopeful person. And then finally, do not be broken by small things that happen in your life. Like, do not be broken by small things that happen in your life or in the lives of others or the entire world. Like, you must understand that your strongest ally is Al-Alim, Al-Hakim, Al-Qawi, Al-Qahhar, Al-Aziz. Like, your king is the highest of all. So how can you be the lowest? And know that there is wisdom in every single act of Allah. And so if you want to join a community of like-minded people and like the people who are on self-improvement as Muslims, click the second link in the description. And if you want to go on a one-to-one call with me, click the first link in the description. And so, do good, and I'll see you in Jannah.